Going to get everything settled here, and then we're going to start with the program. I want to thank Robin Ranger for the music there. While we were waiting there, as everybody was coming in, and we have a long lineup to do this evening, and we're a little bit on Indian time. It's only a half hour. We'll catch up along the way, and I know people are hungry, so we want to eat as soon as we can. And but before, I'm going to ask one of our elders from Kingfisher to come and do the opening prayer and also a little speech. Simon Sakakip. If somebody would help him to bring him over to the stage here. While he's coming down here, I'd just like to acknowledge everybody that's here, the chiefs, the councillors, the elders, the mothers, the grandmothers, the fathers, even the youth that are here this evening. I know everybody should be acknowledged, and this is for the youth that we're doing here this evening. And so we're going to ask Simon Sakakip, Hingwit Kingfisher, Unchi Simon, and we know go back now this evening. So I'm going to ask him now if he can come over right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Pinda. What's wrong, Pinda? I'm not going to extract that for. I guess you know, I get you. Take what, you know, no get this guy. Stay here and stay down here. Stay and here, what I get you. But then not me and one seeing out me again. What you have to give up my tea.
Elder Simon Sakakip is saying that he's grateful to be here, as well as probably everybody here. And I think our gratitude is also that we've been given safety, we've been given help to be able to be here at this time.
I just said that 2 minutes come up to work out next year. Can I talk star and work out after some of work? Maybe not at all. Can you talk star? They got but then can I get in the next 2 minutes? 2 minutes that good.
And my blessings on this occasion. And my prayers is that all of you people and your families will have a safe Christmas season. I also feel the joy of being able to come to this time of the year, this Christmas season.
Yes. Kakina the sky nakuman, you it's the material is got me, let's get on to make a showing the mantle. Yeah, taken with me, outside of the weapon.
And we are to be thankful also that God has given us that opportunity again to meet this season on which his son was born here on this earth.
Ikaw nabaksan nanakong wagay istik, hoto wagay istik yabit hot. Pinustes to wisnakan here, wagak mutu ega, we matstar, egam stayo ye sonat, masui egam smell egam sonat, egotas. Iskamayan migisigagat munagan water.
I think also when we reflect on the Wasaya, we need to acknowledge our Creator for giving us that safety. We haven't had any overwhelming causes which we are to be grieving, that God has given us that safety as we operate the planes even in difficult times and in difficult weather.
Ja, das nabaksan gin, chimino gramata, nigan hogen istik, minakaknaya, chicken tamwat minoskat, chicken tamwat, gramata, nyatino chen katama.
And as we look ahead in the future, it is our prayer also that the service continues to be a safe service, and also that the young people will begin to take responsibility for in the future for the operations.
Mr. Baksenga, Munga Tuition da forma titel, in a mountain of forma titel.
And that is my prayer, that we will receive that blessing from our Creator, because everything that we see here has a beauty of God in it.
In a tuition da forma, that would understand that what that can catch at it, sneak in a tuition da. Mentot siya yang stay the film mentot siya yang tu win kena ikut keseput win kena ikut sagu.
And I also ask the Creator for His continued help as we operate the services throughout the coming months.
Sige lagi, woman to kajiat. So in Islam action. Minat gitu kayak minat tiwan menugian minat tiwan taksna waka inwa ndalna minat bestri monten tiwan minat bestri monten taksna ya jen stek mat northern.
And I'm praying that as we meet this time to be here together, and that we are grateful for being here and for being able to meet this new season.
Ote bentige nanto. Mana menunggu maksi. Bila saya ini kona kita simak kona kaya. Bila saya ini Waka istiga ina maga kijana ina zawe misna. Tiga minister nigan waka mamit na namak. Dan waka katiga te kwastia na misteri.
Creator, bless us as we gather here, and bless the things that we do, and bless the services that we are part of.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Elder Simon Sakaki from Kingfisher, who just said a word and also said a prayer. And thanks to Chapman for helping him with the interpretation of the language here. We're just going to carry on as I was given the agenda. I think I'm not going to go through the agenda. If you have not seen an agenda, I think there's some available at the table over there as you come in. So we're going to try and follow the agenda as much as possible and as quickly as possible, because it's been a long day, and there was also some other meetings that happened throughout this day. The chiefs were meeting, and also the residential school meeting was happening also today, which was very emotional, and a lot of people are kind of tired to come over this evening. At this time, there's going to be a special recognition of an elder. So, and before that happens, I'm going to ask Tom Cam, who's going to speak. He's the Wasaya Group President and also CEO of Wasaya. He's been there for a long time, and he's from Bearskin. And I'd like to ask him now if he would come in and speak. Thank you.
Good evening, okay. Nanakuna, Kabijay, Minawasagot, Sigi, Umagayay, Nanakumura, Tatamin Wanwati, Naguganska. Thank you for coming to our event tonight. This means a lot to us, and certainly a lot for our students, because this event is meant for the students. Where kanon one particular hisabo at no hisabo the Guccinan about a year ago, I was contacted by some of the communities up north with a concern that what had been happening previously is the loss of youth, seven youth lost in the last 10 years, and that it seems to them that nothing was being done either by the federal government, provincial government, or any First Nation government. So the concern was from the parents, that the parents of the students that have to come to Dennis Franklin High School. And so I came after talking to a few people and talking with some of my board of directors and chiefs. I agreed that I would investigate into what was really happening, and so with that I started looking around, started looking at what has been happening previously, all the surveys that have been done, surveys that are on the shelves, hidden away somewhere, with nothing being done about them. And then I came across recommendations from the students, about 70 recommendations. And we sat down and we looked at the recommendations. So we went through the recommendations and found that the recommendations in our dilemma to resolve or to prevent any further losses of the youth, we're looking at the recommendations, and all of a sudden it hit us that the answers were in those 70 recommendations from the students themselves. And the reason for that is the students are the ones living on a day-to-day basis with those issues. They're the students that lost their personal friends and their colleagues. So with that in mind, we sat down and we categorized the recommendations and prioritized them. Out of the prioritization, we came up with three main items that we needed to address almost immediately. And so we concentrated on those three items. One of them was the living center that the students wanted. Right now, today, the students are all across the city, being visited in homes across the city. Now remember, those students don't have all vehicles to move from school to their homes. And a lot of them don't have bus fares or any type of funds for their taxi fares and so forth. So that becomes a dangerous part for the students when they have to go home at night. So the first priority was the living center, and which is you see in the corner there. That's the beginning of the design of the living center that we believe will be acceptable to the students. And then the second one was the youth center. They identified that after school hours they didn't have a place they can go to, other than go hang out in back alleys, getting drunk or getting into negative activities, social activities. So they were concerned that there has to be something out there for them to someplace where they can go hang out and where it's safe and where they can learn, maybe do their homework or somehow be able to call their parents or have some counseling with their issues that they may face. So that's the youth center was the second item that was very important in their recommendation. So with that we're with the design there that you see, the youth center is incorporated with the living center, and that's and the youth center is designed specifically for the needs of our First Nation high school students going there. So and then the third item was the lack of peer-to-peer training, where they can train themselves and their by the senior students, as well as when you get old, you come to moments like this. It's called you get into the golden age. What is you have best stories when you get to those moments. The orientation was one of the items identified. The students, the first year students coming into Canterbury, they have no clue about the city. They don't know how to behave themselves. They don't know how to respond to businesses or any malls or security guards or police. So they have to be given an orientation even before they come up to the city. And as well, once the students are in the city here, there's further requirement for orientation, just so that they don't get themselves into trouble. So that's why we. These are the three items that we're concentrating on now. Tonight's event is to bring awareness that we are going to be fundraising throughout the year. Our current projected expense in order to accomplish what students want is around 14 to 15 million. And I'll say that, to me that is achievable, although there may be some challenges reaching that goal. But when you look at one student life, that student life could be the Premier of Ontario, or Canada, the next Harper, a better Harper. Strike that out. Or a doctor that can keep you out of jail or get you out of jail. I mean, a lawyer. A doctor is the one that can save your life. So saving one student life could be a lot of things in the future from that student. From talking to the government, the student authorities, the leadership, and especially the parents, all of us here have one common goal, and that is safety for the students while they're here. We want our students to be in a safe environment, and with what we're planning here, this is one way to provide that assurance to the students that they will be safe while they're here. The other common goal that we have is more student graduates from the high school. That is very important for the parents as well as the grandparents like myself. I have 3 grandkids going to high school, not in Canterbury, but in Soka. So graduation is very important for me, as well as to see more First Nations youth graduating from the schools. I think by tonight's event, I would like to say that it is a good time, a good right season to think about donating for this event, for the students, for the youth. Under Wasaya work, we have a charitable organization, so that any funds donated to us, there is a high accountability requirement, so the funds cannot disappear, as well as there will be a receipt issued for each donation that anybody makes. So we would appreciate each and every one of you for any donation from your personal pocketbooks, from your businesses, from your leadership. You could talk to your leadership, and any other influence that you may have that could donate to our cause. With that, I'd like to say thank you. It is very encouraging to see so many people attending our event tonight, and I'll say thank you very much.
Thank you very much there, Tom Cam. Did you look at him when he came over? How his hair is so dark. You know, I think I'd rather have that myself than to have some senior moments once in a while. I know some of us have other problems. in our heads. So anyways, at this time I'm going to ask Bonnie to come and talk a little bit about the donation part. And I'm not exactly sure, but she said she could be here for 2 minutes, but I'll give her 3 minutes.
Okay, so I'm the person who puts the fun in fundraising. And that's one of the things that we're here to do tonight, but we're also here to raise $100,000 for the youth center and we'll be certainly working on a capital campaign for the Living Center in the future. And so I just want to let you know that on your table you have forms, and it talks all about what we need for the youth center, and it starts off with a $50 donation for supplies. So there's lots of opportunities, so we want you to look at these, take them with you, give them to your friends and family who have money that they can donate. Also, we're asking you to donate tonight, so we'd love you to do that. And we have lots of other opportunities because you can also go online, but you can take these with you. So right now I want to put out a challenge. Mary Ellen Thomas, who is the VP at Wasaya, has donated $250, and I am matching her $250. So we're really hoping that there's a lot of you out there who will come along and match that with us. So don't forget, it's sitting on your table. And you also have the opportunity to buy raffle tickets. The raffle tickets are $10, but you can buy as many as you want. And there's some really great gifts. Sue Travel's got a $50 gift certificate and travel bag. Mena Yalwyn Health Center has books. Cam Industrial, look at this. Missionary Asking Development Fund has just given us $1,200, and they want to challenge other Native organizations. Way to go! Now, what a way to start! That is awesome. Okay, it's just begun, guys. Cam Industrial Supplies is giving us a Makita angle grinder. Thunder Bay Art Gallery is giving us some bags, miscellaneous bags. Lowry is giving an $80 gift certificate. Victoria Inn is a one-night accommodation for two, and an Aspire One notebook. Valhalla is a weekend night for two. Rebecca McKay is giving an iPod Nano, which I would love to have. And Wasaya Group is giving an iPad. So $10, that's a real good opportunity to really get some good gifts, and it's only $10. And again, you have opportunity to make a donation. We're looking for $100,000 for the youth center. It's a fabulous youth center. We'd love for you to go over there. It's 711 Victoria Avenue. And while I'm up here, I want to thank Wasaya Dowland, because I'll tell you what, the furnishings in that youth center are better than the furnishings in my house, and it's just fantastic. The flat screen TVs, everything. So thank you, Wasaya Dowland. Okay, so we're expecting more checks tonight, and we'll certainly recognize you at the podium. Thank you.
Okay, donations now wide open for anybody else. You could even bring it over here. If there's a 2,000 or 25, whatever, I'll gladly accept it on behalf of the function here. At this time, there's a recognition that's going to happen for an elder, and I'm going to be asking the wife of this elder and also the son, some of the families here this evening, and this elder that we're going to recognize is Elder Peter Barkman from Sachago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also ask Cecilia Bate to come here. She's going to be the one that's going to be doing the recognition here to the plaque on behalf of the Wasaya. So while they're coming down this way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off, there's some special notes here on Peter Barkman Award, and the family could just come over and stand behind me while I say a few words of Barkman. Peter Barkman Award. Wasaya Group would like to recognize and celebrate the contribution of one of the elders from Northern Ontario, Elder Peter Barkman of Sachago Lake First Nation. Since 2010, Elder Peter Barkman has been an elder and advisor in the Youth Strategy Initiative, sharing our common goals and vision for the youth, for advancement and prosperity, to invest in youth who will be our future leaders, and asserting that education and training is the key. With Peter's guidance for youth empowerment, he supported the vision of Wasaya to have more First Nations graduates to be ready to partake in the important resource developments in the region. He has been assisting Wasaya to help the youth with their recommendation for the youth center and the DFC Living Center in Thunder Bay. Besides Peter's contribution to Wasaya initiatives, Peter has throughout his lifetime provided guidance, direction, support, encouragement to youth and various First Nations organizations in the Nan Territory. The following organizations and activities that Peter has been involved are highlighted below. This is some of his accomplishments. Attended mostly Bible school training beginning that was in 1955 to 1958. Was there for 3 summers. Served as a pastoral duties for Northern Manitoba and Ontario. Acted as in the role of counselor in the early years of Satchel Lake First Nations before the Chief and Band Council system was enacted. After Chief and Band Council were enacted, Peter continued to serve many terms as a band counselor until his retirement. His last term was from April 4th, 2003 to March 31st, 2005. Current member of the Wawate Board of Directors as an elder and was radio broadcaster for the radio in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Peter served as an advisor on both G10 and Four Nations processes on lands and resources. Supported and provided guidance to chiefs at the Wendigo First Nations. Served as a board member of the Tikanagan Child and Family Services, participating in NDC meetings alongside leaders. Peter is also a member of the Elders Council for the Solokot Health Center, which provides direction and guidance to the traditional healing medicines, foods, and supports program. Also, Peter supported his grandson, Riley Barkman, who initiated the Winter Road Walkathon from his home community to Solokot, making it possible for the Wasaya CT scan campaign to reach their goals. It is with great pleasure that Wasaya Group presents this award to Elder Peter Barkman. To accept this award on behalf of Peter Barkman will be Peter's son Tim Tate, and also Cecilia will do the presentation. Okay, I just asked if she would say a few words.
Hello. Menendang mapisa. Anak juga mambisa. Lepas awak ini jualan Peter. Kami ekspert. Bukan nak kita cuma apa. Bukan makan nak minum nak minum kumak kita cuma apa. Nemelendan, amijak, nemelendan, etisan pian, azay, ikutah. Cukuman kaya kanunat.
Good evening. She says she's happy to be here, and it's not often that she gets to be before an audience. And she also wants to say that she's thankful for the recognition that's being given to Peter, and also to relay Peter's message that
He is thankful that he was able to work with many band council members throughout the years, with many government officials, leaders and organizations that he worked for. And I think that's what he says.
Amichua, Ewita Banjue, Kakaginsis. Ewa, Napitin Dan Mapitan, a Puaba the man where Kado the make Jorgen and Maki Hasitan Priest.
And I'm happy to be here and to meet you and also to convey Peter's message, and that Peter has completed his work, and that she's here to accept the recognition that's being shown for Peter's work.
Eva, Wasaya Mountain Teneki woman. Minam say me to believe Emil work.
Wasaya has helped us a lot. They have provided a lot for our needs, especially food.
Amiwa, Medan Takna Quatim no Mokaypik, Bamchodak Tugumak, Najamak. Miller Gamatos go with go mouth, Najema. I'm here to cook. Mando Salim Guna, Kochawain Guna to Kadutamak. Mando Bogarin, Tapen, Badis, Chicanan, Chicanan, Biak. Mina make it new job. Elena Kumia, Tapungai, Swan, and you. You get that. The Malaysian gay, exactly so to Konaka and Skimaka, Unasona Kokumakan, the Wokuma. Amio, you know.
She just wants to repeat that Peter's sending his thanks and for the many opportunities that he had while he was able to working with several band council members and for the other leaders, and also that he is very thankful that he was given those opportunities. And she also says that she is thankful for being here, and Peter loved working with you people, and may God bless us all. Any questions?
Omnia Getsnim. Omnia Chikmaika data. Chikmaika Shinawati to Kemadu and that I'm Peter. They quite a mega kidich Egi Minanda Minokagi, we can keep out one and Kagi, we can keep good. He had a lot of good friends. I know he had a lot of good friends. But you know, my dad is very sick. He's very sick. He would have loved to have been here, but his illness, he can't, he's stuck in the hospital bed. And it's pretty hard on a family. I mean, it's pretty hard on a family that seeing him like that. I'm not used to seeing my dad like that. All his life, he's worked hard. He's worked hard. He's trapped. He's worked in a mine. He's done a lot of things, and now I'm not used to seeing him in a hospital bed the way he is now. I would have said a lot more, but I've never, like my mom said, I've never spoken in front of an audience. I get so kind of nervous. Okay, thanks.
On behalf of Wasaya, I'd like to present this to Mrs. Bartman and Tim, and this goes out to Peter. It says, outstanding. This award is for Outstanding Youth and Community Service Award, honoring Elder Peter Bartman, Saskatchewan Lake First Nation, and grateful appreciation for providing guidance, direction, support, encouragement, and advocacy to youth and First Nations organizations in the Nan area. And the award is from the Wasaya group and a Native Venture Corporation. So I will present this to Mrs. Bartman.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. I knew Tim from before, so when I was reading this agenda, it said that Tim Tate. That's not Tim Tate that I know. It's Tim Bartman, Peter Bartman's son. Just to correct wow. So anyways, then moving on to the next person here. We're going to have, I'm going to ask if one of the counselors from Thunder Bay to approach the hot seat here, what do you call it? Joe, I've seen Joe from time to time, he's everywhere. He's also Italian. I don't know if we call it Italian or Italian or. And I've got a lot of Italian friends in Solihull. I come from Solihull, and I got a lot of Italian friends over there. One thing I know about Italians is that for some reason they always want to be Indians. They always want to be First Nations. They'll do anything to be an Indian. And Joe, his last name is Verderamo. I know there must be some connection to Geronimo. so well, maybe he's our brother. So, but anyways, we're glad to have Joe here this evening. He was sent in by the mayor. The mayor couldn't make it, but we'll take the next best thing. And here's Joe.
Thank you for that. Welcome everyone here, especially the chiefs and the dignitaries that are out there. It's a great event, a special occasion. Special occasion. No, it won't stop. Anyway, some levity. So, on behalf of the Mayor Keith Hobbs and my colleagues on council, this will shut up pretty soon. I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening to celebrate the holiday season and the season of giving through the special evening support of the Dennis Franklin Cromarty Living Center and Youth Centers Thunder Bay. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to Thunder Bay to those of you who are here from remote communities. Our beautiful city resides in the Robinson Superior Treaty and has been built on the traditional lands of the Ojibwe people of Fort William First Nations and is a historic Métis settlement. I'm looking forward to being thoroughly entertained by the talents of our very own Cheyenne Dwerpa, Moccasin Joe, and we've been entertained by Robin Ranger. It is encouraging to see the dedication and commitment that the Wasaya group is making to First Nations youth by giving them the support they will need to become leaders in our community. And perhaps in the next municipal election, it won't be Joe Verderamo, it made one of you youth that are here standing giving this little talk. It was encouraging to see that dedication again from the Wasaya group. For the new youth center, Thunder Bay, youth will have a gathering place to socialize, interact, and take part in recreation and cultural activities and educational programs. The Dennis Franklin Living Center will also help youth who are new to Thunder Bay to develop the skills and opportunities to live, learn, and grow. I would like to congratulate Wasaya Group for hosting such an event to support those initiatives. Your dedication to youth, your commitment to partnerships, and your overall wisdom and vision is an example of our community at its finest. You are helping to create economic opportunities and develop business initiatives and partnerships for the primary benefit of our First Nation communities and the community of Thunder Bay, especially the growing youth. The city of Thunder Bay has a very common thread with Wasaya Group. That is making youth a priority. Together, we will support First Nation youth, whether they are coming here as students or already living here in our community. So once again, it's certainly a pleasure to be here, to address you, and to welcome you to our city, and look forward to working with you in future endeavors and making this city, we are already deemed a youth-friendly city, but we'll become a city that embraces all of our youth and assists our youth in achieving their goals and giving them the opportunities to achieve those goals. So on behalf of the city, thank you, Meg Witch, and is that good for one of you? Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Joe is a councillor for the Westport Ward. He's a retired educator with a Master of Education degree from the University of Toronto and Bachelor of Arts degree from Lakehead University. Councillor Verdonau. If we ever adopted him, we would call him Councillor Geronimo. that would go well. So anyways, our next person to come up to the front to be recognized is Dawn Wing. I believe Dawn is also working in partnership with Wasaya, also for the building, so I'd like him to come and say a few words.
This up a little bit. I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. I've had an opportunity now for the last 3-4 months to work with Tom and Mary Ellen and the team at Wasaya Group in partnership through Dowland Contracting. Many of you know that I was involved for many years with the hospital and the opportunity to bring a new hospital to the community. It's exciting for me to be involved through Dowland and Wasaya Dowland, to be involved with a leadership team that really takes a look at what's important to our youth. You know, I always say to people within my organization, what's your story moving forward? You know, we have an opportunity as a community, just like we did with the hospital, we have an opportunity to take a look at what's our story moving forward. We have a large number of youth coming from remote communities, don't have the support that they have when they're at home, and we have an opportunity as a community to step up. We have an opportunity to take a leadership role in regards to creating an environment where, like we had, where we have opportunity and choices. Over the last couple of months since we've been working on the new center for the living accommodation, some of our team has had an opportunity to go to Winnipeg and take a look at a center that is working already. And you know, one of the common threads of the discussion was where they were and where they are now in regards to, you know, the number of youth that graduated. So when you start looking at numbers of 90%, you know, you have to sit here as a leader in the community and say, why have we waited so long to do this? It's really about creating a safe environment for our youth, giving the families of those youth the opportunity to come and visit in a safe environment, to support their kids. We as business leaders in this community and society has an obligation to step up and make something like this happen. When I take a look at what the vision for what Tom and Mary Ellen and the team at Wasaya and all the leadership from the partners at Wasaya are looking at, this is not, when I take a look at what we had to overcome for the hospital, you know, we built a beautiful $350 million facility. It's achievable for us if we get ourselves wrapped around what needs to happen here to create an environment where the kids, when they graduate from high school, they just move right into the college, into the university. Dowlin's commitment in partnershiping with Wasaya is to not just to do projects in the community. Our commitment is with Wasaya that any project that Wasaya Dowlin builds from North Bay to Manitoba, that the Wasaya communities are going to benefit from that. They're going to benefit from it because we're going to create an environment for training. We're going to create an environment where profits that typically leave the community are going to flow back into those communities, whether the project is done in the community or not. So, you know, there's a huge opportunity as we move forward with Northwestern Ontario in regards to the mining that's going to happen. But we don't have to wait 3-4 years for the mining to happen before we make a difference. So, you know, I'd like to close with a quote from Margaret Mead that talks about, you know, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. And indeed, that's the only thing that ever does. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Okay, next on the agenda, I'd like to call on Jonathan Kakagamic. He's the principal of Dennis Cromarty High School, to come and speak for a little bit here. And while he's on his way here, I did have a okay, I think I found it. Those of you that don't know Jonathan Kakagamic, Jonathan is a QAnon First Nation member, graduated with a Bachelor of Education degree from Lakehead University in 1994. He started work as a teacher at Dennis Cromarty High School in Thunder Bay in 2002, and for the last 3 years has taken on the role as a school principal. Initially gained his teaching experience in the remote communities of Kiweo and First Nations for 6 years and a year in Casablanca Lake First Nations. Jonathan's leadership of Dennis Cromarty High School is very significant. He knows and understands the challenges of all his students, what they face, and as they walk into DFC. He knows that there needs to be well-rounded approach to ensuring students' success. The education of the students at DFC means embracing the parents' role in community education advocacy on top of being the principal. There was also, I think if many of you will remember, there was a CBC Fifth Estate documentary, Stories from the River Edge. Jonathan was part of that, and the school was in it. And last November showed the late night drives made by Jonathan, the DFC staff, this ensuring student safety. The highlighted the extra precautions taken by DFC is very important. And this is Jonathan.
Good evening. Thank you. I want to keep this short. I want to eat. But I want to acknowledge a few people here. I think that it's been a long journey for DFC and our youth, but they're our future too. But it's good to see the leadership in our region moving forward in this initiative. We did a survey with our youth last year, and it was pretty well spoken and said that the youth want a living center or a dormitory. And it's good to see that happening. You can see on my table, there's my students. In the corner there with my boss, and my other boss. There are two bosses here. But I want to acknowledge Jonathan Mamakwa. I know him and I talked about this 4 years ago, and I think I see him somewhere around here. But thanks, Jonathan Mamakwa. Your vision is finally coming to fruition. But also another guy is Mr. Muskrat down there, Color of Beauty. He's right there on that table, table 14. He worked with us for about 4 years ago, I believe. And he was one of the house parents for our school that we tried to do a dormitory. And it was him that showed that this concept will work. And that's why I'm glad to see him here, because he needs to tell his story about his year with our students. But I'd like just to comment on our students. They're very special people. And if they're given an opportunity to follow their dreams and try new things, they will succeed. That's a fact. One gentleman over there sitting beside my wife, River Kakagama. Can you stand up? River? Can you stand up? We just got back from, you can sit down, buddy. We just got back from Winnipeg. We have our own judo dojo in our school, and he started judo this year. We went to past weekend for our first tournament, our cement dojo. And River, we call him Judo Panda. He's our own Judo Panda. But he won bronze medal. That gives you an example of that our kids, they're ready to succeed. And the biggest concern for our school is safety, and this residence, I believe, will provide that. So I want to say miigwech to everyone, Wasaya, especially to Mary Ellen. I know she's been really working hard with us, and Tom and Stanley, that this is a good night, and that hopefully by 2015 our students will move into their new home. Miigwech.
Thank you, Jonathan. Also, just to move along, because everybody's getting hungry here, we have a youth speaker, I believe is here, Quinn. Is Quinn here? Oh, there he is. He's, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Spikra? Spikra? He's our youth speaker, you can see. Give him a hand there, Quinn.
Hello, my name is Quinn, and I am a youth, and I hang out at the youth center all the time. Youth debate, that is, not just any old youth center. That is my youth center, as well as all of your youth centers. This youth center means the world to me, as it should to everyone else here, because it creates the future for all of your children, for all of you. This youth center, trying to find the correct words, this youth center brings out the inner adult in all of the youth. It develops their skills. It creates the people that are going to be running the world one day. This youth center is my youth center. The ages for the youth center are 13 to 18, which is perfect for all the youth because it makes them feel comfortable around each other. This is the age group where all of the youth may have their struggles and the best times of their lives. And we hope that we can incorporate all of those times into the youth center. It's a safe place for everyone. And to ensure that for all the parents, it's really ultra safe. We take every precaution possible to make sure that your children, or my best friend, is safe. So it's really just this place that I think that everyone should feel welcome. In our youth center, we have everything from the guidance that you need, from the guidance that you need to video games you can play after school. This youth center is truly amazing. It makes your dreams come true. It takes your dream and it creates a program where you can help other youth to create a better life for themselves. I know that the youth center is slowly helping me to develop my skills. Without the youth center, I would probably not be here right now. If you'd like to have more information on the youth center, like our hours or anything else, or how to be involved, maybe as a volunteer, which we are very much always looking forward to getting new volunteers, you can come see me after. I have lots of pamphlets, and yeah, I hope to see you at the youth center. Thanks.
Thank you. That's what you call a mighty Quinn. Thank you very much. That was a good speaker, and we'll be a leader someday, pretty soon. I'm going to call on Pierre. I'm going to try and pronounce his name. Mapiso. Is that close? Pretty close. Pierre Mapiso. Was born in Toronto and raised in Newfoundland. It's a great town. In 1996, moved to Thunder Bay with his family. Pierre works as a youth program coordinator at the Thunder Bay Multicultural Association and serves as president of Youth Center, Thunder Bay. Pierre.
Good evening, everyone. I know everybody's eager to eat, so I'll try to make this short and sweet. First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and thank you for your support of this amazing event. It is without a doubt that this is a very exciting time for youth in Thunder Bay. There is now a serious investment in the future of Thunder Bay through the opening of the first youth center, a youth center here, now for youth, bringing the future of youth and Thunder Bay. At first, the idea of the opening of a youth center seemed like more of a dream. The idea was so huge and amazing. Fortunately, with the dedication and support from the Youth Center Thunder Bay Board, Wasaya Group, and the City of Thunder Bay, that dream quickly became a reality. Through the planning process and moving forward towards this ultimate goal of the Youth Center, it became apparent that although we were planning to create a youth center, we were actually doing something larger. We were planning to change the lives of youth now and in the future. The youth center is more than just a place for youth to go. A place for them to enjoy themselves, to access support that they need. It's a place to feel safe in, and a place for youth to feel that they belong. There is an ever-growing and evolving passion for youth in Thunder Bay, both now and future youth. There is a new understanding that by investing in the youth now and investing in Thunder Bay's future, this youth center and the vast community support it has already received is a sign of that growing passion and commitment. What has once seemed a dream is now a reality, a youth center for all youth, a safe place to connect, grow, and have fun. With the help and support from Wasaya Group and the City of Thunder Bay, and of course other generous donors, we have been able to begin setting up this space for youth. This is a safe place for youth to express themselves in a healthy and positive environment. Now that we are open, we will continue to reach out to youth in high schools around the city to share information of this amazing place and the opportunities that exist within. On behalf of Youth Centers Thunder Bay, we would like to thank you for your support and having us here tonight.
Okay, we'll get into the main part of this evening. I'm going to ask Reverend Buddy Buddy McKay, if you would come here, and we're going to bless the food first before we get going here. We're not all going to rush to the food, but I'll let you know which tables are lucky.
Excuse me. While they're going to bring the food, I don't know how much. Oh, this is here. I was going to read my statement too. No, just kidding. Okay, let's all stand. I'm going to bless the food. Heavenly Father, bless this food which Wasaya has provided for us, and those that prepared this meal. As we partake this meal, heal our bodies and our spirit and our minds in Jesus' name. Amen. Now go ahead and eat.
Okay, we're going to start with the tables on that side over there. We're going to take the two over there. Oh, okay. Hold your horses. I guess we're going to start off with the elders. Get the elders settled and get their, and then right after that we'll start off on the other side over there. How many times are you changing?
I've already